Black is back as Kung Fu Panda in his newest Netflix series, the Kung Fu Panda, the Dragon Knight. So who partners up with a no-nonsense English knight named Wandering Blade to find a collection of 4 powerful weapons before a mystery pair of weasels do and save the world from destruction. So this really felt like a bit of a knockoff of Infinity War, so it felt like Infinity War but Kung Fu style. So I'm a big fan of the trilogy of the Kung Fu Pandas. I really liked how Po was like a bumbling idiot, but he knew he was, and he really had like a redeeming sort of go-get-him attitude, and he wouldn't give up, and he just was that likable character that had that little bit of a grunt in him, and he had those accidental scenes where he would mess up, but everything would come together in the end, where he felt a little bit nerfed in this, in terms of like, he wasn't using his chi powers that he developed in number 3. Like, he felt like he was really holding back, and I didn't know why he should be. Like, he was at that Grand Master stage, and he's just kind of dropped back. But this really felt like a bit of a knockoff of Infinity War, where we're actually presented with a gauntlet which has kind of similar powers. It's a little bit less than the actual like Infinity War gauntlet, but there's all these different weapons that they have to go and find. I did like the chemistry between Po and Blade, so they're like bouncing off one another. Obviously they're sort of the polar opposite sort of characters, but like sometimes the humor wasn't quite there. Like, it felt a little bit forced, where it wasn't as light-hearted as the original trilogy, where the jokes are sometimes the jokes are a bit unbearable. You get that if you actually see Blade. The other series is quite good, where we're presented into obviously the relationship dynamic between Po and Blade, and them searching for all the weapons and learning about it and following their childhood sort of map that Po has. But that middle part really feels a little bit drawn out, where they've probably gone on probably about 2 episodes longer than they needed to, where they could have spent probably just 1 episode getting all the weapons. But once they get the weapons and that they have that different dynamic in terms of their fighting styles, and the animation is pretty good considering it was a TV series. Final confrontation is pretty good. I like how all the enemies have their own different fighting styles as well. And then Blade and Po obviously are searching to, well, Po's trying to get back his Dragon Knight status because he loses it with his silliness with the gauntlet. Enjoy it. It just didn't hit the mark in terms of having that comedy aspect that the original trilogy had. But overall, pretty good. This far in the video, before I give you my score, make sure you chuck a like, a comment, and make sure you subscribe, because we've got daily reviews. And it's definitely a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, it's quite enjoyable. Just didn't hit that light-hearted comedy, and Po just seemed like he was holding back, where really we should have been seeing him using his chi powers and stuff, where we don't get any of the returning characters besides Po's father as well. So overall, enjoyable. And yeah, let me know what you think, and you know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.